Hello, hello. I am Stephanie Dreyer, vegan mama in a non-vegan family and the founder of Batch Cooking Club, a weekly plant-based meal prep with options for the whole family. I am so excited to be here today with you. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday planning party. This is where we take about 20-ish minutes and get grounded for the week and get our meal planned together so we don't have to think about dinner again until next week. So grab your favorite beverage, refreshment. It is a party after all. Grab your planner, whatever you use to schedule your meal plan and map that out. And if you're a batch cooking club member, make sure you have this week's plan ready that we dropped this morning. We drop new recipes, meal plans, and prep plans every Wednesday for the following week. And if you're not a member, you can become one for just $1. Try us out at batchcookingclub.com. So first thing first, the first thing we always do, there's 3 tasks that we schedule to kick off the party. The first thing is to set aside 20 minutes to finalize your meal plan and grocery list. If you're here doing that with me now, you can check that off your list. I always schedule some time on Thursday evenings after my family is settled to get that done because obviously I'm teaching and walking you through everything here, and I need to circle back and get my life together on Thursday with my grocery list and all the things. So I want to invite you to go ahead if you are walking through with me right now and are going to take additional time, get your calendar out and schedule in that 30 minutes on your calendar. It's critical that you actually put this in your calendar. And then the next task that we want to do is we want to set aside time to do our grocery shopping for the week. So for me, that's on Friday afternoons or Friday evenings after work. So go ahead, block off about however much time, whether you do online shopping or you have it delivered, or if you go into 1 or 2 stores, block off the period of time this week that you're going to do your grocery shopping so that you have everything you need for the following week. And then last but not least, I want you to block off 2 hours to do your batch cooking / meal prep for the week. For me, that is usually on Saturday or Sunday mornings, depending on the week. Now, I specifically am asking you to actually do this in real time with me because it's so critical. Once you put it in your calendar, you have to plan and prioritize around it. And if something pops up, you can easily slide or move, shift that time slot to another time, but you know that you've got to find another time slot for it. So that's why we're doing it together in real time right now. So now that we've got our 3 tasks set aside, the next thing I want you to do is pull out your calendar. So I use the paper calendar for this part, and I use my digital calendar for actually my schedule for the week. And I want you to block off the time that you have available to prep dinner for the next week or the period of time that you're doing your meal plan for. So I mentioned I plan my meal plans on Thursday night. So my meal plan goes from Friday evening to the following Thursday evening. So whatever, if you're planning today to do your meal plan from Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday, whatever it is, that's what you want to think about now and block that out in your calendar. And I want you to actually use whatever device or method you use for scheduling appointments because we're actually going to block out the dinner prep time so you actually can see how much time you have to dinner prep. Most of us who are trying to plug in, other people's recipes or meal plans struggle with this part of getting, they can make this shiny, beautiful meal plan, but then when it comes to actually putting into action, it falls short because the recipes don't match up with the time or the energy sometimes that you have available. So right now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at our calendar. So I'm doing this with you. I'm doing this in real time with you, opening up my calendar, and I'm going to look at, I told you, I go from Friday to Thursday the following week, and you're going to block off each day. You're going to look at your calendar. You're going to see what time do I want to have dinner on the table, and then you're going to back into how much time you have to dinner prep based on what's going on in your calendar. So for example, and I'm just filling in the dates here. For example, I say I'm doing this real time with you. I usually serve dinner at 7 o'clock for my family, between 7 and 7:30, which means I usually spend about 30-ish to 45 minutes at the most. I don't want to spend more than that time in the kitchen during the weeknight on dinner. So if I'm going to serve at 7, I need to start by 6:15, 6:30. If I'm going to serve at 7:30, I need to make sure that I'm prepping between 6:45 and 7 o'clock. So you want to think about that and back into it in the same way. If you're trying to serve dinner at 6 o'clock and you want to spend no more than half an hour, you need to look at what's going on your schedule between 5:30 and 6 each night, or whatever time period works for you and your family. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're actually going to go through and I'll show you how I did it last week. I actually have, it says on here in the green, dinner prep. I know it's backwards, but I actually blocked off, here's the time. It's hard to see the time period I had for dinner prep, because then once we have that blocked out, we're going to go and look at the recipes in the Batch Cooking Club plan for the week. And we're going to see where we slide those in based on how long each of those recipes takes to cook and the amount of prep that we've already done for them. So I want you to now, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going through each night, and I am going to mark down how much time I have for dinner prep each night of the week based on what's going on in my schedule. And what I like to do too, by the way, what was I going to say? Sorry, I'm writing and looking at the same time. It might be helpful for you to also block out any activities you have going right before it, because I mentioned it's not just about your time, it's about your energy. So if you're running from boom, 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 5 things right before you run in the door for dinner, you might be like, whoa, when I get home, I just need to heat something up that's easy, even though I might have 45 minutes to make dinner. I'm going to be exhausted because I had 5 back-to-back meetings, or because I just drove an hour and a half in a car home from a meeting. So I want you to take that into consideration and just block out. I'm literally like on Monday, I have from 6:30 to 7 is my time for dinner prep. Same here. On Tuesday, I've got 7 to 7:30. You get the idea. I'm literally just going through and blocking this stuff off. And I have a standing appointment that I take my daughter to on Wednesdays. So I literally come in the door at 7:15 and dinner has to be ready. So I typically will just either I'll do a reheat meal that night, or I'll have something that I've prepped on the weekend that my husband can help me tag team and heat up while I'm getting coming through the door. So that's how we make that work. That's an example of how I make it work. Okay, so for example, my son has a playoff game on Wednesday, and so I know that starts at 6 o'clock and it goes till 9. So I know that I'm going to either make a mobile meal if I have time. Actually, at 6 o'clock, I have a meeting right up before that. So that is not going to happen. Or a call right before that. So I will probably plan to pick up dinner on the way to the ballpark, and we'll eat there and we'll feed Jake before after. So that's like kind of to help you see how this helps you, because you're thinking ahead now. So you're not going to have to think about it next week. All you're going to do is you're going to look down at your plan and go, oh, that's right. This is what's tonight. I've already taken care of it. So it really helps you a lot. That's my goal for all of you. All right, let's see what else. Oh, and I have a board meeting next Thursday. So I know when I have a board meeting, that means I have to plan something for my family, so and it's usually something I've prepped ahead that's easy for my husband, who's not a great cook, to just kind of reheat and get on the table. All right, so hopefully you've taken time to go through and do that. Now, what I want you to do, if you are a Batch Cooking Club member, is to open up the Kajabi app and go to your membership. And if you are new to Batch Cooking Club and want to see what all the fun is about, head over to batchcookingclub.com. Try us out for just $1. And I'm going to take you through these recipes. Even if you're not a member, hopefully these ideas, the recipes can inspire you for what to cook this week. And you can check out our blog, batchcookingclub.com/blog. I share recipes every week. So you can check out what we shared this week. It's usually something that's in the current plan for the week. So let me tell you what we have in the plan for next week. But again, we've got buffalo chickpea burgers. Those are new this week. And officially, unofficially, the start of summer. Memorial Day marks the unofficial start of summer. And so that with that comes burger season. So of course I had to create a new burger for the occasion. So we have buffalo chickpea burgers. We've got butter chickpeas and cauliflower served with some basmati rice or any kind of rice that you like. We've got edamame and cashew quinoa lettuce wraps. Love a good lettuce wrap moment for dinner. And picadillo taco cups, which is new, using our picadillo that is a favorite, and chopped Mexican salad. For the meal prep, you're going to make the butter chickpeas and cauliflower, a creamy cilantro pepita dressing that goes on that chopped Mexican salad, a creamy vegan ranch dressing if you want, unless you want to buy store-bought. That is for the chickpea burgers. We've got the quinoa fried rice for those lettuce wraps, the tempeh picadillo for the taco cups, and some cooked basmati rice to go with the chickpeas and cauliflower. So this is everything you're prepping to help you during the week. So when you go to make dinner, it's going to speed things up so much, just taking this time on the weekend to get that done. And then you'll see right now when I go through the recipes, you'll see how quick that everything, or easier and quicker, it comes together. So before I go into actually the recipes and where to plop them into your plan, let's talk about the prep plan, the batch cooking plan, which is going to take you just under 2 hours, about an hour and 45 minutes. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to prepare your rice. And while that's simmering, you will make the buttered chickpeas and cauliflower. And while that simmers, you'll make your tempeh picadillo. So our goal is to always be active in the kitchen. So you're never waiting on something to be done. You're always efficient and moving throughout the hour and a half to 2 hours so that you can get in and out in the most efficient way possible. So I have a specific method to my madness, order to my chaos when I give you your batch cooking club plan. While the picadillo is simmering, you're going to make your quinoa fried rice. And then you will make your two dressings, your pepita, cilantro pepita dressing, and your creamy vegan ranch. And we do always do the countertop blending kind of stuff at the very end. It's the last thing. So while everything's simmering and cooking, you can do those last few things that don't require any wait time. So that way, by the time the dressings are done, everything else should be also pretty much done as well. Okay, so let's talk menu. So the buttered chickpeas and cauliflower, as I mentioned, I'm suggesting you serve that with some just basmati rice. You could also serve that with some naan bread, or pita bread would be delicious. And because that will already be done, that is just a reheat meal. You will have already prepped the rice. You will have already prepped the chickpeas and cauliflower. So it's literally like 10 minutes to reheat. And what I suggest is, whenever I'm reheating something that I've prepped, I take it out of the refrigerator around lunchtime. I work from home, and let it come to room temperature for a little bit before I reheat it on the stove or the oven or whatever method you're using to reheat. And I would recommend, since you only need about 10 minutes, this is the meal that you're going to plug in on the day where you're running in the door and have no time to cook. So for me, that's that Wednesday night that I told you that I have no time. And so I'm literally running in the door and just need to reheat something. That's the meal for the Wednesday night. For non-vegans, we always offer options. We give you a plant core meal with options to please your non-vegans. I am a vegan mama in a non-vegan family, but I still don't want to cook more than one meal for everyone. So I start with a meal that's plant-based at the core, and then I extend options for everyone. So for the non-vegans, I would have some cooked chopped chicken on the side if anybody wants to add that into their bowl, their rice bowl. All right, let's talk about the next recipe, buffalo chickpea burgers. And I'm suggesting you serve those with our garlic parmesan fries. Those are linked and in our recipe library. The burgers Take 20 minutes to prep and 10 minutes to cook. You're gonna cook them on the in a skillet. You could also cook them on the grill. They're very sturdy. They will not fall apart on you. If you have non-vegans and want to do a non-vegan version of this, you can just replace the mashed chickpeas with a pound of like ground chicken, turkey, beef, whatever you use. Um, or make like a double batch, have one batch of the vegan chickpea burgers and then, split the ingredients, adjust the recipe to do half and half. Really key for this recipe. So this is a 30-minute meal first. Sorry, I should say 20 minutes to prep and then 10 minutes to cook them. You could prep these burgers ahead of time and then cook them just when you're ready to serve, but they are pretty quick to make. So it's up to you with your schedule. If you're like, oh, these are great, but I'm going to need to prep them ahead of time, they only take 20 minutes to prep. And then you can just store them in the freezer or the fridge for a few days until they're ready to cook. You will have made the creamy vegan ranch dressing ahead of time that gets drizzled on here. So if you make them ahead of time, you really just need about 10 minutes to cook them. And while you're cooking them, you can slice up all your toppings. I was very intentional with this recipe to use chickpea flour as the binder because you're using chickpeas, so you keep that flavor profile. And you chop all of your vegetables separately, the carrots and the celery, and then add that into the mashed up, ground up chickpeas. You don't want to grind, you don't want to do all of that together because then you'll get a really mushy burger. So that's the deal with the chickpea burgers. Now, let's see what else we have. So actually put this in. If you're following along, please add in where you're going to put those chickpea burgers. It's either 10 minutes if you're making them ahead, or 30 minutes, slide them into wherever it works for your dinner prep, 30-minute slot. All right. Next we have picadillo taco cups and chopped Mexican salad for Taco Tuesday. So these taco cups are so much fun. Oh, I'm not showing you the picture. I got to show you the pictures. Silly me. There's the burger. There's the chickpea cauliflower with the basmati rice. Okay. So for the, let me pull it back up. Where to go? Oh, the picadillo taco cups. Those take 10 minutes to prep and about 10 to 12 minutes to cook. So very quick, easy meal, about 20-ish minutes for dinner. It's this fun Taco Tuesday meal. If you do Taco Tuesday, my family does tacos every week. That's a great idea for ideas of other types of things to fill into your menu. I give you 4 recipes every week, so I'm very aware that there are 7 days in the week, so you do have to fill in those 3 other days. One of the ways I do that is with Taco Tuesday every week. We do the same tacos. You could rotate the tacos. If your family likes Mexican or Latin food, you could just make it a Mexican Latin night and rotate the types of foods you put in there. So if you do a taco or a Latin night, this is a great place to slide this in, but it's also a really quick, easy meal, 20 minutes. You can plug it in now, take in real time, plug it in where that fits in with the amount where you have 20 minutes or more of dinner prep, and slate that in with the chopped Mexican salad. And the chopped Mexican salad takes 15 minutes because you're just chopping everything. You've already done your salad dressing on the weekend and your prep day. So for these taco cups, I used wonton wrappers, which you can find vegan wonton wrappers at pretty much any grocery store. Just check and make sure they're vegan. And then you have your tempeh picadillo, optional to use vegan or regular cheese, cheddar cheese, if you have non-vegans. That's how you're going to switch it up. And not too much to say about the chopped salad. There's a variety of different add-ins, so you can make it your own, add in additional stuff that you like. And again, like I said, you've got the cilantro pepita dressing. So you're going to, if with the salad, that's another 15 minutes. So you probably need about 30 minutes total for this meal while you'll prep the taco cups, put them in the oven, and while those are cooking, you'll make your salad, which is about 15 minutes. So it's about 25 to 30 minutes to get this all on the table. All right. And then last but not least, you're going to slot in, what was it? Oh, the edamame and cashew quinoa lettuce wraps. And that looks like this. And if you've got non-vegans, you're gonna add some chopped teriyaki flavored chicken or beef on the side to serve with these to make the non-vegans happy. And this meal is a 30-minute meal, 15 minutes to prep and 15 minutes to cook. You will have already prepared the quinoa fried rice, but you are gonna do a little bit of cooking with the edamame and the cashews, and you're gonna fold that all together. I would see, did I have on here? Did I have any specific? No, I don't have. If you want to add another side for this, I always like garlic roasted vegetables like a broccolini or sauteed spinach or an asparagus, like you'd find at in an Asian restaurant where they have the nice vegetable sides, or pot stickers, vegetable pot stickers you can buy in the frozen section. That's usually what we do with this kind of a meal. And so again, only 30 minutes, 15 to prep, 15 to cook. Slide that into a day of the week of your menu that where you have 30 minutes of dinner prep or more. So now you should have 4 meals slotted into your meal plan for the week and your menu. And you're, like I said, you still got 3 more days. I mentioned having a theme night. So maybe it's not taco night. Maybe your family loves pasta or wants to do Italian night. Maybe you love chili or a soup night. It's a grill night. We're kicking off Memorial Day weekend and grill season this weekend. So that's another idea. Another idea is leftovers night. I love to do that on the same night that I'm doing my meal plan, Thursdays, because it lets me do an inventory of my kitchen, of my fridge, my freezer, my pantry, and pull out what needs to get eaten. And as I'm doing that, I look and I see what needs to be stocked so I can add to my grocery list. And it might inspire a meal if I've got a ton of like falafel, for example, in my fridge. And I'm like, I need to use up this falafel. I'm going to make falafel nachos, or I'm going to make falafel, wraps or whatever for the week. So that's another idea. And I always leave Friday for me, or excuse me, Saturday's our takeout night. I always do one night for takeout or dine out. And then Friday for me is my one night where I don't put a time limit on cooking and usually take about an hour to cook, get back from the grocery store, pour a glass of wine, and I cook someone else's recipe from a cookbook that I've been wanting to try or a magazine cutout that I've been looking at. So that's how I fill in the rest of my meal plan. I hope that inspires you with some ideas as well. And again, if you're not a member and any of these recipes sounded delicious, please try us out for just $1. Head over to batchcookingclub.com and you can get all the info and be checked out and download your plan in just minutes so that you're ready to follow along with us next week. If you have any comments, questions, drop them over in the comments. You can also always reach out to me at hello@batchcookingclub.com. If you're a member, you can find me in the community. I love to see your photos of what you're cooking, of the recipes, and to hear how your family is enjoying the recipes. Have a delicious week. I will see you back here next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.